It's Weekend Update with Colin Jost and Michael Che.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Good evening. Good evening, everyone.
Welcome to Weekend Update. I'm Michael Che.
I'm Colin Jost. Well, the longest government shutdown in history finally ended after 43 days. And you know, first day back in the office, you got to check all those piled up emails. House Democrats released an email written by Jeffrey Epstein in which he claims that Donald Trump, quote, knew about the girls. It's bombshell news that legal experts are calling duh. This week's Epstein documents are obviously very dark and disturbing, but I also think it's kind of adorable that Epstein's email address was jeevacation@gmail. It's like if Jeffrey Dahmer's was dinnertimejeff@yahoo.
In one of the emails, Epstein's brother asked if Vladimir Putin has a picture of Donald Trump giving oral sex to someone named Bubba, which was an old nickname for Bill Clinton. So I guess that's one job Trump has created. I don't know if that oral sex story is true, but I do know that image is burned in my brain like that scene from The Shining. According to one released email, Jeffrey Epstein claimed that he was, quote, the one able to take Trump down, which is pretty big talk for a guy who lost to a bedsheet.
I just have to say, you know, in general, I don't really believe in conspiracies because as a member of the Illuminati, I know that we, the lizard people, control everything. And it's really hard to believe that Trump was so oblivious that he didn't notice his good friend was running an international pedophile ring. Though I guess Trump is the one guy on earth who thinks YMCA is a straight anthem. And on a basic level, it's just shocking how many alleged pedophiles Trump was friends with. Epstein, Prince Andrew, and Diddy. I mean, that's a lot, you know? I mean, think about your own friend group. You know, how many pedophiles do you know? One, maybe two. But Trump's like the Forrest Gump of meeting famous pedophiles.
The bill ending the government shutdown will fund SNAP through next September, and thank God, because I was this close to donating food. President Trump attended a Washington Commanders game on Sunday, and I guess he hasn't been to one in a while because he showed up in Redskin.
It was also reported that President Trump told the owners of the Washington Commanders that he wants their new stadium to be named in his honor. So say hello to the Dementia Dome.
In a new interview, President Trump denied online rumors that the gold decorations in the Oval Office came from Home Depot, even though he has a whole team of guys taking stuff from Home Depot all the time. This might be my favorite episode. President Trump is threatening to sue the BBC for $5 billion for a documentary that edited out the part of his January 6th speech where he called for protesters to be peaceful. And to set the record straight, here is the full, unedited, completely accurate clip of what Trump said on that day.
Everybody knows I went down on Bill Clinton.
To see it. Astronauts on the International Space Station are testing a new process that makes food using their own urine. They're also testing a new dessert called I Can't Believe It's Not Brownie.
Netflix is producing a sequel to the 1990s Cosby Show spinoff, A Different World, about students at an HBCU, which of course stands for Help! Bill Cosby's Undressing!
A sheriff's officer in Indiana went into an elementary school to jokingly hand out tickets to students using the phrase 6'7". Everyone had a good laugh. Then he pulled out his gun and said, "Now tell me what it means."
The U.S. Mint this week stopped producing new pennies. Doesn't make sense. Now, I had another one. It was the U.S. Mint this week stopped producing new pennies. One last severe blow to Lincoln's head. So I'll do the first one.
Maxwell House Coffee temporarily changed its name to Maxwell Apartment to better reflect current times. Though it's much better than their first choice, Ghislaine Maxwell House. Came up so early.
And finally, a new documentary that analyzed Adolf Hitler's DNA shows he suffered from a disease which leads to lower testosterone levels, undescended testicles, and a micropenis, traits inherited by his secret grandson.
But we can know that I'm Michael Che. Good night.